Creations by Courtney here with my first app review. Not sure if this is something that I'll do regularly, but this was a fun opportunity. I was provided with a paid subscription so I could see all of the features and not leave anything out. Now, I will admit I'm still learning the app. Like, there is so much you can do. So this is the first part of it. This is what I think is more than enough to get you started should you decide to check it out, whether you get the free or the paid version of KnitCompanion. Yes, KnitCompanion. I normally don't try the apps that have knit in it because in my experience, a lot of the other apps are very limited for crocheters. But I have to say that this one, it works no matter what type of fiber artist you are because it's really, really meant for your patterns. I know a lot of you prefer to print your patterns, but I don't know about you. The papers get wrinkled when they're in your bag, so if you will consider doing digital, this is the way to go. There are so many amazing features, and so I'm going to show you what it looks like on my iPad, and then I will show you how it looks on my iPhone. Let's get to it. All right, so let me show you the app. I was going to show you the basics, but then I was reviewing some of the tutorials and there's some really, really cool features that I wanted to make sure that you saw. And again, this is just the tip of it. And as previously stated, I was provided a code for the paid version. There's still quite a bit you can do with the free version. And when you head over to the blog post to read more about like my pros and cons of that app, you'll see a comparison chart. So I love the little logo, the yarn ball. So these are some things that I've already added, and it's really, really easy to add a pattern. You can connect your Ravelry account, which I think is so awesome because I know that's how many of us got started. Was adding that. If you use Dropbox, you can connect that as well. As you see, it's everything. If you pick a pattern, you just tap on it and then it loads it, right? So you can view the PDF. You see the pages across the top, and if you want to start, you click there. Okay, now I'm not going to go through other people's patterns, but we will use some of my patterns. Okay, this actually came with the app, which I think is really, really cool, by the creator of the app. Sorry, y'all, for the notifications. So one thing that I want to show you when you get started, right? So you have all of the pages because I want to show you something with written and with a chart. So you click project, right? You can label it. We'll call this baby linkage. Create project. So what this is going to do, you now get these bars, right? Going two different directions, and you have your row counter. So this blanket is actually made in one piece, but if it were made in separate pieces, you could use a row counter for each one. You click here to move through the pages. And in this pattern, I did include row trackers. So moving here, okay, this is something that I just discovered and it is freaking amazing. Okay, so let's go with the basics, then I'll show you what I just discovered. What's also great is that you can zoom in and zoom out, and this is what makes it so much better than just using a PDF viewer. Now, if you are a paper pattern person, I really want you to consider trying this app out for free, because now you can keep all your patterns in the same spot and will keep track of where you are no matter how many patterns you're following. And this is crochet, knit, or any other pattern, okay? We have the option to scribble. You can use your finger. Oh, wait, I'm on eraser. There we go. You can use your finger. Or if you're like me, you can use a device. Oh, it helps if I actually use the right one, right? This does include the highlighter, but you don't have to use that. You tap it to turn it off. You can even rotate the pages, right? And it will remove your scribbles, and that's okay. So you can rotate it if you want it to, all the way around. But what's so great, I have this right now, landscape, You can rotate it for portrait, okay? So I like this with the 2 columns. You can kind of move it to remind you where you are. This dot here, you hold for a second and it moves. And that's the way to mark where you stop. So when you close your project, you can put that there to know exactly where you are, right? And if you are following step by step, you can slide this bar as well, so you know what row you're following. And it applies the same to the charts, right? And this is in a different position. So if we're working here, we slide here. So it's like, okay, if we're starting on a right side row, well, it's Tunisian, so they're all right side rows, but you can kind of mark here, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do for the first 5 stitches, the next 5 stitches. And then again, you can highlight this. And now here's the part I think is super, super awesome, right? Let's go to edit. And now you get a section where you can highlight. You can adjust the bars, the width of the bars, right? Like, how cool is that? You can even change the color. I love purple. Y'all know I love purple. I like the row glider actually in yellow, but you can pick any of these colors. And you can also adjust the width. See how wide that is? Or you can make it more narrow. So if I were following the chart and not the written, I would probably make it about the same width as the row. Okay? And with the row counters, you can even change the name. So we'll say call this edging. And I love that it's a max of 999 and you can count by 1. Okay. You can change that. We'll say body, just as an example. And it's so on and so forth. There's even a smart one, and I'll get back to that. You can do magic markers. This one I haven't played with, but I believe it means that you can change the color on the charts. Project info, you can add notes, make an adjustment, right? And it'll save. There's even a timer. Are you tired of trying to estimate how long you've been working on this project? I know I am. So I love that this is included, that when you have this open, it is actually tracking how long you're following it. And you have the option to prevent your tablet, even your phone, from turning off. Because yes, this works on phones too. Apple and Android devices. How stinking cool is this? You get a whole ruler, okay? Let me rotate it back this way so it's easier to see. You can make it wood, you can make it metal, you have imperial, even metric, right? Because if you know me, I'm always talking about gauge swatches, so I have a little swatch off to the side. But look at that. You can literally lay it on the screen and measure that out, okay? Like, what? What? Personally, I like the look of the wood. It's so classic. Click done, okay? This is so cool. And then there's a calculator. Okay. Now, this is going to be one of the cons that I list because it's for knit. And I totally get it because the creator is a knitter. But you can put in the information in order to do increases and decreases evenly. So let's say it's 20 and we want to increase by 10. Calculate. And it gives you how you can do your increases. Now, I'm not a knitter, but my guess is you will make 6 knit stitches and then increase. I don't know if you increase with the 6th stitch. Again, I don't know knit. And then you'll do a knit and then increase 9 times, and then you'll do 5 at the end. That is my guess. I don't know how you increase a knit, but that is my guess. And this would take a little bit of work in order to translate the crochet. So if we had 20 stitches, I would say you would crochet 6 stitches and then increase in that 6th stitch. So really you're going to make 5. And then you'll make the 6th and the 7th in the next one. And then you'll repeat 9 times, make a stitch, and then increase. Make a stitch, increase. And then you'll knit 5, right? Yeah, so that's 9 increases and 1 increase. So it'll just increase like in the middle. right? So your increases were literally like this sort of row, your increases would be in the middle rather than on the ends. And you can do that flat or you can do it in the round, right? Same idea. Same idea with the decreases. Let's say 40 and we're going to go down to 10. And it gives you the instructions, right? And this is in a round rather than multiple rounds. But this gets even better because as a garment maker, one of the most common complaints I hear are sleeves and making the sleeves fit comfortably for your arms, especially if you have nice, juicy biceps, okay? I know y'all are lifting weights when you're not crocheting. Okay, I know. I barely lift weights. I take that back. I do. I like to exercise in the morning. But you can do an increase or decrease taper. So if you're starting at the shoulder and going down to the wrist, you can put in your gauge information. Let's say it's 12 rows per 4 inches. Let's say a starting count of 80. Ending stitch, say at the wrist, we'll say 35. And then for the length, we'll say 18. That's that average length of an adult arm. Make the calculator go away. Ooh, even number of decreases required. Okay, so let's make this 32 and see if that works. Boom! Do you see that? That is freaking amazing. Now here is what makes it even better. So you're going to work 2 rows and then you're going to decrease at the beginning and the end of the row. Then you're going to work 1 row even. And then you're just going to repeat step 2 and 3. Decrease 1 row, work even the next row, and then work even at the end. How freaking amazing is that? This one is absolutely going to work for crochet. Again, like I was saying, the other ones, that's a knit. I guess it translates. I guess we'll find out. Sorry for the notifications, y'all. Here you can copy to your project. So what this means is when you go back here, you go to your notes, boom, it is now there for you to follow, okay? And if there were a video, that would be here. So when we go back to knit, and if you need that out of the way, you can do that. Now, going back to a page, let's zoom out. This is so stinking cool. Let's see. I believe it's under the row. Yes, the setup. Okay. So this is in 2 columns, and maybe you want to work in smaller sections because you look at this, you're like, oh my word, this is a lot of information. Okay. So we're going to do written. We tap here. We're going to do a text piece. Pick the page. So you see this little arrow? We're going to drag. Okay? We're literally going to break it up. Like you could literally break it into half of the page, or maybe you just want like a quarter of the page. Okay? And now you can adjust. How stinking cool is this? Right? And that's all there is to it. So when you go here, you now only have that portion of the page. How stinking cool is that? Now, you can also set it up. Let's see. You can even reverse. There we go. Like I said, I'm still learning. Let's see. Text template. Oh wait, no. Hold on. Here we go. So visible rows, okay? So we're on this page and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to tap this. Maybe we got 2, 3, 4. Got to press a little bit harder. Okay, 6. You always want to start at the top. Okay, do you see that bar? This yellow box made this first section. You tap it and the slider will pop up. You want the blue bar, slide it down. And so it's like making a little grid, so it's easier to break up the rows, so it's easier to follow. Now, here is the cool part, okay? Wait for it, wait for it. Okay, let me go back, come out of this. You see how it's highlighted, right? This we don't have to worry about. That you hold it and it shows where you stop, right? But wait for it. Here, you click here, it's an automatic stitch marker, row counter, or you can even use a voice control. And it gives you the prompts, what to remember, right? So you can write that down, take a screenshot. Next. Next. Back. How freaking cool is that? You could be stitching and rather than putting your work down to tap it, right? And then just say stop. And then that turns off. How stinking cool is that? And again, you have your notes here. You want your notes to go away, you tap here. Want the pages to go away. Now, what's really cool, if you're following your notes when you're knitting, there we go, at the bottom, tap this to get your time, your ruler, your calculator, and if you have video, that goes there. So let me show you what that looks like. We're going to use my pin sash pattern. So there is a video link. Now in the free version, you tap on it and it will open it in your browser. When you have this option, we have the pro version, you can click here, scroll, tap the link, and it pulls up the link. It will read it automatically, and then you can label the video just like that. Add video link. Okay. And we will go back here, and it is now in your project notes. And there's the video. And so what happens, okay, it's really loud. Tutorial. Today we're gonna okay, I'm gonna turn the sound off. But there's an option you can adjust how big this is. And then you can make it full screen if you want. Go back, close. And there is a way where it will come around here. But how cool is that? You don't have to leave from your project to work on it. Like, I am absolutely amazed. Absolutely amazed. And again, it will save your progress. So, again, that was the baby blanket. That came from here. It's organized. You can search for it. Your PDFs. This is everything that you've pulled into it. This one is over here because we haven't started the project. So, like, what do y'all think? I think this is freaking amazing. And it is very similar on the phone, except for you have more symbols rather than the full view. And the, again, when you pull this up, it will be a smaller portion, right? So I'll pop in a screen recording, but it kind of comes up like this. But again, the beauty is that you can zoom in and zoom out. You can still do all of the same things, even on your phone. And there is a way to link, and I'm still working on that. I have to like check KnitCompanion tutorials, but there should be a way to link what is here, my started projects on my iPad, to my phone. Okay, so what do you think? Like, isn't this such a great app, right? I just love how easy it is to import from Ravelry. Last but not least, I wanted to show you what's in this bag. Yes, it is so little. This is the curve stand by KnitCompanion. So they were so kind as to send me one. And I'm also doing a giveaway for one lucky winner to have one on their own. So you take it out of the package. I love that it comes in a little bags. And this is like so easy to keep within your project bag. And this is all it is, right? It's this cute little stand. Look at that, right? And it is really, really helpful for holding your tablet. So let me get that set up and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so this little curve stand is actually really, really convenient, right? So it's so easy, right? Right? So compact. Again, close it, open it, place your tablet, right? Because I prefer to work for my patterns with it up vertical instead of flat. That way I have more space to put my yarn, right? And again, you still have access. And I would say you can turn it this way, landscape, and again, still see everything. Zoom in, zoom out. This, so nice, right? And it works obviously with phones because it's nice and small, easy to carry. So make sure you look at the details below in order to find out how to enter the giveaway. That way one lucky winner gets their own curve stand to use with their phone or tablet for their next project. Crochet, knit, weaving, whatever it may be. But I will talk with y'all soon. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos and updates. Keep stitching.